a small town named Umweke, there lives a girl named Amaka. She was not just beautiful, she was the kind of beauty that made head turn and mouth whisper. Amaka was tall, coffee, chocolate-skinned, with eyes like fire and a voice like melted honey. Wherever she walked, the boys followed, and the girl watched in envy. But there was one thing about Amaka everyone knew. She only dates rich men. To her, love is not enough. What will I do with love? She would ask. Can love buy me a car? Can it build a house? Let love feed you first, then talk to me.
Her dream was to marry a wealthy man, live in Lagos, drive flashy cars, wear wigs that touched the floor, and travel to Dubai just to take pictures. Amaka mastered the art of attracting politicians, businessmen, even married men fell for her like dry leaves in Harmattan. She would smile, flatter and pretend to care, until her bank account fattened. One man paid her rent for 2 years, another bought her a brand new iPhone, another paid for BBL surgery in Ghana, but Amaka never gave her heart to any of them. She always said, "Now who get money go get me. When the money finish, me sef go vanish." And so she lived like a queen. Dresses from abroad, perfume from Paris, shoe from Italy. On social media, she was a goddess, but in real life, she was building a trap for herself. Time passed and the game continued, but something began to change. Amaka was no longer 25. She was now 29, then 30. And though she was still beautiful, newer, younger girls began to rise. The men who once called her my queen now barely returns her text. The rich man moved on to fresher faces. Her followers started to unfollow. Brand stopped replying her emails. She started panicking. Her beauty, her biggest weapon, was no longer enough. Still, Amaka told herself, I still got it. I just need one big fish, one rich man to marry and rescue me. She chased a wealthy widower in Abuja, but he married a 24-year-old banker. She pursued a senator from Bayelsa, but he blocked her number. She even tried to settle for a widow Alaja with 5 wives, but he told her, "You are too expensive for a woman with no value." Each rejection was a slap, but Amaka couldn't stop. She couldn't imagine working a regular job or living a modest life. By 35, Amaka was still unmarried. Her savings were gone. She had sold her designer bags to parents. Friends had moved on, married, had children, and built businesses. She tried to return to some of the men from the past, but they had all moved on. The world that was worshipped her was now silent. She posted an old photo on Instagram with the caption, "Soft life loading," but behind the scenes, her fridge was empty and her rent was due. Desperate, Amaka tried to date a struggling pastor who loved her genuinely back in the days, but she had mocked him before. He was now married with a thriving ministry. She sat alone one night in a dimly lit room, scrolling through old pictures. There she was in Dubai, in Ghana, in restaurants, smiling, but now no one called. No one texted. She cried for the first time in years. Amaka cried, not because of hunger, not because of heartbreak, but because she realized the one thing she has always feared has finally come to pass. She was alone, truly alone. Amaka died at the age of 41, not from sickness, not from accidents, but from sadness, regrets, and loneliness. At her burial, only 2 cousins attended. No husband, no children, no friends, just silence. Her life had been full of pictures, parties, and playouts. But in the end, she left the world the same way she came into it, empty and dead. On her tombstone, someone wrote, "Here lies Amaka. She was beautiful, but she didn't know her worth."